So, I have barely spoken to anyone outside of my family about what happened. What did happen during this Michigan Notre Dame game? What did we learn from this game? I'm gonna go over the results for the whole week of the Big Ten. But being a diehard Michigan fan for life, no matter what, always a Michigan fan. No matter what did we learn? I'm gonna give you a few reasons. I'll give you a couple. We've learned that our only uh, the only thing that's gotten better on our offense is our quarterback. Shea Patterson could have looked like a Heisman Trophy winner, or he could have been a Heisman. He could have looked like a Heisman candidate if we had a better offensive line. That's another thing that didn't work out. Our offense looked terrible. Our defense didn't look good till late. Did you know in the second half we only allowed Notre Dame 3 points? If we could have done that the whole game, we would have won the game. We would have had the game. 17-6 maybe could have been the final score. We could have won a game by like that. Instead, our offense allowed 14 points early. Or I'm sorry, our defense. Our defense looked pretty bad as well. I would say they got a lot better in the second half. They looked way better in the second half, but still, it was not enough. Another thing, we learned that our defense was going to take some time to get used to the game, I guess. We learned that our offense has not gotten any better. They have not gotten any better. Poor Shea Patterson. I feel so bad for the guy. For an offensive weapon, he's like a nuclear weapon on offense. Completes for over 60% of his passes. He looked decent against Notre Dame. The man deserves better than our crappy offense. He should go play for Oklahoma. He'll be treated better there. He won't be under pressure. He couldn't run the ball. Not one touchdown pass for Shea Patterson. Instead, we got a field goal, scored on a kick return, and then we scored on a run. Handoff to, I think, Ron Higdon. We did not look good in this game. I'm gonna go over that in a second, but let's go over the Big Ten. I'll talk about it more as this week goes on about what Michigan did wrong, and did right. I'll talk about the next game with Western Michigan. That's all later this week. So subscribe if you want to see that and get notified as soon as I upload it. So you guys know how I feel about it. Obviously, very disappointed. I expected way more from us. All right, let's go over the first game, or go over all the games. I'm going over the Big Ten teams only. I'm going to be doing this for each week. I'll be just analyzing all the games, all the teams, and how they did. This week, when it came to the Big Ten, only two teams lost: Michigan and Purdue. Purdue or Northwestern had to lose. There had to be at least one loser in the Big Ten this week because we had two Big Ten teams playing each other. I would think out of this week, Purdue and Michigan had the toughest games. for the Big Ten. Basically, every team in the Big Ten has played cupcakes. But you'd be surprised by some of these scores too. Michigan State, Penn State. I'll go over that in a second. But the Thursday night game, there was a Thursday night game. Northwestern at Purdue. It was a very good game, very back and forth. It was mainly Northwestern was in control early, and Purdue came back. Northwestern scored 14 points on their first two drives, and Purdue did nothing. And then all of a sudden, Purdue scored 14 points, and then it was tied at 14. And basically, it was very back and forth after that. It was a good game, man. I enjoyed it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I only watched the first half, but what I saw of it was really good. Northwestern did win. I didn't make a video about it, but I did to predict that Northwestern would win, so I was right in that part. So. And everyone I asked said Northwestern was going to win, and they did. And it was close. It was what I wanted. It was a close game. Good game. I really didn't care about who won, but I guess I was kind of rooting for Northwestern because I hate Purdue. I don't know. I was just raised as a Michigan fan and told that Purdue sucks, so I don't root for them, I guess. Minnesota, struggling early. They were only winning 14-10 against New Mexico State early. After that, Minnesota blew up. They got the win for 48-10. So good job by Minnesota, I guess. I don't know who they play next, but we'll go over it next week. Michigan State, man, they did not look good. They really didn't. They played a cupcake team, Utah State. Not Utah, Utah State. I didn't even know that was a team, but apparently it is. The 11th ranked 11th ranked Michigan State goes up against Utah State. Michigan State did not look good. The final score was 38-31, Michigan State. So, yeah, they did not look good, and they did come back. It was like last second, I think, too. I want to say no, not last second. I didn't really watch the game, but I did check the score every once in a while, and I think it was the Friday night game was Michigan State. I don't know. They didn't look great, but hopefully they get used to it. Their offense didn't look great. Their defense their defense allowed 31 points. It's not good, especially for a team that was said to. I don't know, man. They said Michigan State. Really, Michigan State should have won this game 38-0, but they allowed 31 points. So. I predict Michigan State was going to kill them, but Utah State showed that they can go with Michigan State. They can go with the top team, I guess. Or maybe it's either Michigan State sucks or Utah State's just really good, I guess. One of the two. I don't know. I mean, I can't see how Utah State would be really good because they still lost. So, I don't know. Let's move on to the next game. Michigan State did not look good, though. Wisconsin played a nothing game against a nothing team on a cupcake bullcrap. I don't know. Wisconsin. I looked at Wisconsin. I hate Wisconsin's schedule. It is overly easy. Holy crap. They play nobody. They play Penn State and they play Michigan. And I'm not even sure. Michigan's not even going to be a problem for them. I know in my prediction video I said Michigan would beat Wisconsin. It's not happening. Yeah, it's not happening. But Michigan State, or I'm sorry, Michigan State. I'm sorry, I was looking at Michigan State. Wisconsin won a 0 game against Western Kentucky. Wisconsin is gonna go undefeated if they beat Penn State, which Penn State looked pretty bad as well. Wisconsin's going to go undefeated. They play nothing games. They play Iowa, Minnesota, Rutgers. Stupid games that, of course, they're going to win. Purdue. I don't understand. Why do they get an easy schedule? Maybe Wisconsin wins this one 34-3 in a nothing game. They really they should have won by more. They shouldn't have even allowed a field goal with their defense. Well, let's move on. Texas and Maryland. This was a weird game. So Maryland had the lead early, and they were up big, actually. Texas came back. They had the lead for a little while, and then I think it was like 24-7 or something like that. Maryland had the lead, and then Texas just didn't look like they were playing like how they should be. And then all of a sudden, Texas decided, oh wait, this is important. We should probably try. And then they went, they came back. They had the lead. It was like 29-24 or something like that. And then Maryland came back again. They were like, oh crap, now they're trying. So then they came back, and it was back and forth for a little while. And then Maryland took back the lead. They scored. It was 31-29, and then I guess they got a field goal. So Maryland won 34-29 in a very back and forth, odd game that was it was delayed for weather and took forever to end. I think Ohio State's game did the same thing, but yeah, it took forever for this game to end. It was delayed for a while, so yeah, that was that. Texas won't be ranked anymore. I shouldn't have clicked on that. What the heck? Okay, Oregon State and Ohio State. This game was postponed at halftime. Not postponed. After halftime was over, or when it came to halftime, Ohio State was already up big. But I think it was 42-14 at halftime. The game was delayed for an hour and 15 minutes because of lightning. It was ridiculous, but and the game, it ended so late. Ohio State did win, and they scored over 70 points. They won 77-31 against Oregon State. They allowed 31 points on defense, which I don't know. Maybe Oregon State's got a halfway decent offense. I really don't know, but Ohio State wins pretty big here. So Ohio State, definitely a playoff contender. Probably will go all the way to the end and could be playing with Alabama in the national championship. I would not be surprised. And if those two do play, I'm rooting for Ohio State because I don't care. I'm tired of Alabama. Here's another game, man, that was close. Penn State actually won this one in overtime against Appalachian State. Does anyone remember Michigan and Appalachian State 2007? Where Appalachian State beat us in a shocker. I think we were fifth ranked at the time. I was waiting for Appalachian State to beat Penn State so people could make fun of Penn State for that and not us. But it didn't happen. Penn State came back and won this one in overtime, 45-38. Very high scoring. Yeah. Actually, with I think only like a minute or a couple minutes left, Appalachian State had the lead. They were ahead 38-31. I thought they were going to win it, and then they scored, tied it up, went to overtime. Penn State, Maryland. Appalachian State didn't score at all. Penn State did, and they won the game. So Penn State wins here. And I would not have them go any higher than 10. I would probably make them go down from that so they can prove that they can play better. I don't want to talk about this. This was the big match for Michigan, the big game in the Big Ten, I guess, because every other team played nobodies. This is the game everyone was talking about when it came to the Big Ten. Michigan needed this win more than Notre Dame did. But we weren't allowed to have it. Notre Dame wins 24-17. Rutgers has a nothing opponent. Rutgers, who is a nothing opponent, against a nothing opponent. Two crap teams playing each other, but one team is much crappier than the other, and that's Texas State. Rutgers wins 35-7. Indiana and Florida National. Who cares? Indiana wins 38-28. Northern Illinois and Iowa. I don't really know what to say about this. Iowa wins. Iowa didn't look too good either. I feel like they should have won by more. 33-7 was the final score. Akron and Nebraska was actually postponed. It never happened. I don't know if Nebraska's going to play next week against them or if they're just going to delay it for later. I don't know. But the game was postponed, so Nebraska, we don't know what they look like right now. And Illinois wins a nothing game close against Kent State. Illinois is going to be crap this year. They beat Kent State 31-24. Kent State had the lead for a while. They were winning 17-10. So I think that's it. Yep, that's it. That's it. This is just week 2 down here. I've already got all the games set up. But yeah, that was week 1. And hold on a second. I'm also writing down all of the standings as well. So here's all the teams: Rutgers, Northwestern, Maryland, Minnesota, Indiana, Iowa, Penn State, Illinois, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Michigan State are all winners for this week. Nebraska, of course, was postponed. They don't have a record yet. And Michigan, Purdue are alone at a 0-1 record. So thank you guys for watching. I'll have another video uploaded tomorrow. I'm sorry I uploaded late. I had to visit my aunt today. I didn't have to, but I did. I went to go visit my grandma's sister, who's my aunt. So, and she lives 2 hours away from where I am, and I tried to make this video before we left, but I didn't have time. So that's why it's out so late. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.